Here we have the Armbgc version 3.0, armbgc.com. Anyway, I just wanted to highlight an issue that I personally had that I think is definitely something worth knowing before you make a purchase, especially now that the market has been just not flooded, but you have a lot more options on the table. So what we have here, this is the standard, and this is the third axis. Basically, I had been bench testing with 2S battery. It's just what I had available to me on my desk. Getting things set up and you know, just making sure it worked and this and that. So I transitioned to the 4S battery for the first time, plugged it in, and the magic smoke came out. As we all know, once the magic smoke is out, it is impossible to get back. If I can get this to focus, I can give you here. Let me show you. There you go. So what it did was it blew this little capacitor. I contacted the company, and they didn't seem overly surprised that this happened. Their advice was to replace the capacitor with the same size capacitor that's on this here. It's a 22 UF. This is a 44, I believe. Anyway, you know, I said, well, you know what? If this thing still works, it's not a big deal. It's kind of a pain, but I can do it. I can just, you know, solder on a new capacitor. It's like 50 cents. It's not a big deal. So I said, well, in the meantime, I'm still going to want to use this as 2-axis. So I knew I would have to just switch a few settings, disable the Y-axis just in case it would be looking forward or whatever. So I plugged it in, as you're supposed to do, and I plugged in USB, as one is ought to do, and I plugged it into this 2012 MacBook Pro. And the unfortunate part that you probably know if you read any of the description is now this MacBook Pro is just a big rock, because it sent, again, I was just using the 7.4, the 2S, it sent all that voltage through the USB and directly into my computer and fried the logic board. Just want to show you here, so I'm not just making this up. Let's see if you can. Okay, so you see I've got solid red light here. So I've got power leading to this. This is the same lead. You can see. You can see it shorting it out just by having something into that. If you watch the meter here and that red light, you'll see that giant spike in voltage. And that is basically almost all the voltage from this battery going directly into your USB. Why is that an issue? Well, it's an issue because it fried my editing station and basically just cost me a whole lot of money. So I went back and I contacted them again, and I said, hey, look, this is what happened. Obviously I don't expect you to replace my computer. However, I definitely want to return this to you. You know, had a faulty board, something went wrong, somehow this happened. So the response was quite interesting. It ranged from that it's physically impossible, which is why I made this video, so you can see the voltage coming out of there, all the way to that I was a Chinese spy, and that I was just trying to bring down their company, all the way to they have 12,000 customers and they don't care, you know, if someone has an issue like this, because not everyone has an issue like this. And ultimately the issue really is you're not going to know that you have this issue until your computer is completely non-functional, completely blows up the motherboard. So they were trying, I don't know, basically they came at it just accusing me right out of the gate, oh, there's something you did wrong, or you're a spy, or this and that. So while I'm definitely not a spy, I'm not in China. I will definitely post in the video below a link to pretty much any other store I can find that sells the Actioncamz, the official ones. If you are a vendor and you're a legit vendor from Armbgc or his new site, send me a link. I'll definitely post it underneath this. So, Armbgc.